Tell us how bad the crisis is starting to be in the chemical world.
Thank you for having me on, Brian. You mentioned the three really constraining issues that are going on right now. We've had production issues across the supply chain. We've had logistics issues in getting materials from point A to point B to point C. And then you've had this resilient to surgent demand that has led to a cascade of price issues across the chain. And when you look at from the chemical chain, it's very much kind of like one of those crazy walls that you see on a crime detective show, where if there's something going on in one market, there's probably something upstream or downstream that has led to the cost of that. And the chemical chain is very much connected across the board. So we've had a lot of issues that have popped up in regards to some of the chemicals that you see there. Glycerin, very key material to go into hand sanitizers, moisturizer used in some food products. That has seen soaring prices. Epoxy resins, a substance that's very good for adhesives, goes in a lot of coatings for metals and stuff. We've had all kinds of things going on from a upstream standpoint. Chlorine goes into that. Chlorine is an upstream chemical to it. There's a lot of shortages within that. Epoxy resins prices have shot through the roof in the past couple weeks.
Yeah.
We have people telling us this isn't even a functioning market anymore because there are some procurement people that cannot even get some of the supply that they need. This has
and this is so important because, right, Jeremy, a lot of our viewers are thinking, well, I don't care. You know, I got plenty of Windex or whatever it is under my kitchen counter. I'm fine. No. As you noted, some of this stuff, it goes into drugs. I mean, pharmaceutical products that people rely on every single day, you know, prescribed by their doctor. This is not just about, you know, super glue and paints. There are some critical materials on these lists.
Absolutely. I know that we have talked at ICIS with some procurement managers in particular in the past couple months that have said that this time it's never been more challenging than right now to procure some materials. Usually when you're in the process of trying to buy the materials that your business needs to make packaging, to make the materials for pharmaceuticals, it's about negotiating price first and foremost. But right now, securing that supply of materials that you need to make your product for the consumer has never been more challenging than right now. We have some that have told us it is a week-to-week proposition just to make sure that they get the materials they need, and sometimes they don't.
And it was literally the perfect storm, Jeremy. I mean, not only was it COVID, of course, the beginning, people thought things were going to collapse. The exact opposite happened. Ordering and online buying, everything soared. But the storms, I mean, Lake Charles, the Houston area, where a lot of this stuff is made, devastated by multiple storms back to back to back to back. We were in Lake Charles, and I think it was December or January. They were out of power for about a month in certain parts. Any indication this is going to get better anytime soon?
You bring that up, and then we were on the way to recovery from that. And then in February, we had the big freeze in Houston, 48 hours below freezing, and that knocked a whole bunch of plants out again, and we kind of had to restart. We're in the process right now of getting back. We need 4 really dull months here. We need some dull weather months that get us through the summer. That will help start to rebuild the inventories. The restocking will be able to happen, and then we could see some lower pricing possibly toward the second half of this year. But that's a huge if. We're going towards summer. What are we going back into? Hurricane season.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.